Yes, I'm back. It's Ira Epstein with your morning flash update for this Monday, the 14th of March, 2022, just around 8:35 a.m. Central Time. Had a great time in Phoenix. Weather was beautiful. Chicago's not going to be too bad. It's hard to believe March is next week. But if you look behind me in the markets, it's a mixed bag. We tried to open higher with a pop. We're pulling back very quickly. Now, let's face it. We're not through with the Ukrainian situation. This is the week where the Fed meets. Expect your quarter-point interest rate hike. It'll be very interesting, obviously, in Fed Chair Powell's conversation afterwards. Other central banks meet this week. We'll start seeing what they're going to do with interest rates, so don't forget that. There was no key U.S. economic data out today. On the energy sector, coming down. Now, it's nice to go away because you come back and you look at markets, and here's my first thought. Number one, we've made a peak on the energy cycle. It's going to take a lot to put it through those highs again. It can happen. Pull NATO into the fight with Ukraine, anything can happen. Barring that, I think you've made your peak in the energy price. I see the same thing actually in the wheat market. If you just step back, you take a look at what the markets look like, that doesn't mean that you can't go through those highs, but a trading top is certainly in place the way that I chart. When I look at the metal market, same thing in the gold, getting up into the 2050 level, a bit high. Silver market, it's having trouble staying over the $26 mark. Copper, looking back at it, the $5 mark was the right target that I had given traders. Interesting in the VIX. When I was looking at the stock market and I looked at the VIX, I'm going, the VIX doesn't act like the market is scared. You would be looking for the dollar to be up, the yen to be up, the Swiss franc. That's not what you're seeing. Bonds and notes coming down. That's not the war. That is the fact that the Fed's going to embark now on a series of rate hikes. They have to walk a fine line. They don't want to put the economy in a recession. At the other hand, they got to fight inflation. They have two things. But the market is helping them. You're no longer in the 130 area in crude. You're back to the 106 area. That's my point. You're no longer in the wheat market up here. You're about $1.50 or so off its highs, right? So you start looking at these things and you go, okay, the worst of that scenario seemed to have peaked out. Now the question is, what do you do? Well, I covered that this morning in my first subscriber video. And by the way, while I was out of town, my subscribers can testify. I put out my morning videos every single day. So I think I missed one, but just about every single day was done there. I'll finish up today by doing the weekly charts for them as well. I've already laid them out, and I'll record those very shortly also. With that, I want to remind you that, if you haven't seen what I do for the trade recommendations, these are specific. Buy here, sell there, do this. And as I said, if you want to go away, pretty well, I get this out because I know the traders want to see it. You take a look at that. The idea here is that you bounce your own trade idea off me. I don't want to manage your money. That's not what this is about. But let's assume you're thinking, okay, what do I do in the wheat down here? What is Ira saying on that chart? What is the crude looking like? Is there any play there? Where's the support? What is Ira saying on that? And then on a weekly basis, for the bigger picture, I cover that as well. Included in each subscription, whether you have an Android or an Apple system, we're going to give you something for your iPhones or your Android phones. It'll play all the charts, all the information. You'll get text messages when I put out the update in North America. So, how do you get all this? You just go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. Go up to the word research. It's all there for you. In the meantime, I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day.